Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new here. So for today's video, I am so excited about this one because it's pretty much been a year since we reviewed any Game Beauty palettes. And y'all, they were so kind enough to send over the new Game Beauty Cyberpunk palette. I'm so freaking excited. You guys know how much I love this brand. So you guys want to know what this palette's all about, what type of looks I create, and is it worth your coin? Well, then definitely keep watching. It's been a year since Game Beauty has launched an eyeshadow palette. We reviewed the Harbinger palette last Halloween, and it's been over a year. Now, in between that time, they did launch some highlighters, and they also launched some eyeliners. These are in collaborations with a kid arrest. I have no idea how to say that person's name. I do apologize, but they did collaborate on 3 eyeliners. We have like a black eyeliner. We have a blue eyeliner, dark navy blue as well. So they also were so kind enough to give that over to me. But honestly, guys, I am so excited to play with the new Game Beauty Cyberpunk palette because I love Game Beauty so much. I love their concept and design, and I'm so excited to dive into that. But before we do, welcome back to another day of Vlog-O-Ween. If you guys are new here, Vlog-O-Ween is when I post every single day. Well, I'm going to try to post every single day in the month of Halloween. And I always say the month of Halloween because Halloween's my favorite holiday. It's my birthday month, it's my anniversary month, and it's Halloween. And October's my favorite month in the entire world. And I'm so excited that it's here. So with that said, guys, let's go ahead and dive on in. So this is the new Game Beauty Cyberpunk palette. I actually do have a discount code. You guys can use code Allie, which will save you guys 10% off of any of your orders over on Game Beauty. It is an affiliate code, so I do make a small kickback, but it's a great way to save some coin and support me at the same time. But do not feel obligated at all. Like, it is okay if you don't want to use that. But I always want to let you guys know. I don't ever want to hide anything like that. But here we have the Cyberpunk palette from Game Beauty. Now, on the website, it says, "Welcome to the Neon City, a cyberpunk dystopia in 3022, where you can be a replicant, an outcast, or a cybernetically enhanced battle angel. Blaze through the glitzy labyrinth, stop at the mod shop for a quick upgrade, and be on your way to topple the tyrannical ruler of the cyberpunk metropolis." I absolutely love the way they describe this palette. It's just so innovative, it's so creative, and it just really tells the story of this palette. That's why I love Game Beauty. I'm also the biggest fan of gaming. If you guys have been on my channel for a minute, you guys will always hear me talk about video games for years, and now I've been slowly streaming video games every Wednesday night with Alex's board, and I'm also going to start streaming more once the Vlog-O-Ween series is over. I'm going to try to incorporate more during Vlog-O-Ween, but it just gets harder. But I'm going to start streaming more, like 3 to 4 times a week, because I absolutely love it. I've been playing the Sims games for you guys, which I still have to post my video for you, but I love gaming, so to bring makeup and gaming together is just the ultimate chef's kiss. But yes, here we have the Cyberpunk palette. It does retail for $42, and I just want to take a moment to truly just appreciate the packaging. Like, they put so much detail in the packaging. I love it. It's just so unique. It's so out there. It's so creative, and they really do tell the story in the packaging alone. Then when you get the palette, I love how this looks. So here is the front, here is the back. Now when you open it up, there's like multiple stories, like, right? So you can see how the whole city looks, and then you could turn it over, and this is going to be the palette right here. You can definitely see those very futuristic colors. I think it definitely stays true to the Neon City, and it kind of reminds me of that Cyberpunk game. I really wanted to play that game, but when I was gonna get it, the game was crashing so hard on like PlayStation 4 and like PC. I know they did fix it, so it is upgraded, and I do want to play it because it looks so beautiful. I just think it's so cool that this is what that palette kind of reminds me of, is that video game right there. So right there, you'll see, guys, we do have 10 colors, and what I really do appreciate is the fact that they actually do listen to consumer feedback. So with their first palette, they actually launched a pressed glitter in here. With all the other palettes, they got rid of the plush glitter, which I actually really do appreciate because I'm not a fan of them. But I will say the colors in here are very, very beautiful, and this can kind of go in with a Halloween theme depending on what colors you use. But I do think it's really, really beautiful. So let me go ahead and quickly swatch these shades for you guys, and then we will go ahead and dive on into the palette. But I do want to let you guys know that the eyeliners right here, these are liquid eyeliner pens, so they do open up like so. And this is how it looks, like a nice felt tip pen. Unfortunately, you guys know that I'm not the biggest fan of these eyeliners, so I really won't get a use out of them, but I still really do appreciate Game Beauty for sending them over my way, and I will go ahead and make sure they get passed along to a good home. But here's the price point just in case you guys do want to check it out. Okay, so here are the swatches right here. I have to say, I was a little kind of shocked by the swatches because typically they swatch really well, but these ones I had to go over several times. Now, I don't like to make a full assumption based on swatches because they may not swatch the best, but still can perform beautifully on the eye. But this is my first initial impression that I did have to go over the shade a couple times to get the pigment to actually stand out. So that's something to definitely take note. But the first shade we have right here, the shade is called Multi-Pass, and every time I hear the name Multi-Pass, I think of The Fifth Element. Such a fantastic movie. I could watch that movie every single day and never get bored. Every time it comes on, I put it on. I'm always just like, even though I know exactly what's gonna happen. Such a fantastic movie. So here we have Multi-Pass. We have Cyborg. We have Replicant. Neuromancy. The year 3022. This one was a little lackluster in the shimmers. It didn't go on really nicely, and I'm kind of disappointed by that. But you know, it still may perform beautifully. Looks like this will be Memo Drive. We have Mod, which is going to be a beautiful matte with actually some shimmer in it. I love when mattes have shimmers in them. Whenever ColourPop does it, I get so obsessed. So I actually have a matte with shimmer in it. Then we have Neon City. We have another matte with shimmer in it. This is called Outcast, followed by Systopia right here. This beautiful like shimmer right there. So there are all the swatches of those shades. I'm definitely really intrigued to play with this palette. I don't really see that many color stories like this, so it's kind of intriguing to me. I don't exactly know what type of look I want to go for, but I am super excited to dive into this and see if we can create like a futuristic like neon inspired look. So let's go ahead and get you guys done in. Okay, so we're gonna try to play with like quite a few of the shades. We're gonna try to play with like the yellow, the light blue, the light purple, the dark purple, these two shimmers. Like, we're gonna try to play with this palette. I'm gonna try to create something like futuristic, you know. It's kind of scary to think that that could like one day be like our future. I'm gonna go into the shade Multi-Pass right here. We're gonna start that in the inner corner. But like, it's kind of scary to think that that is going to be like our future. Like, it could be our future one day. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna have an existential crisis just thinking that when that time comes, I won't even be around to see it. Oh, that's so creepy. It's so scary. Like, just thinking about the future like that. It's just, yeah, it's just like the unknown. And like knowing that that could very well be our future. Like, where we have like flying cars. We're like in this really, really like tall city. And it's run by like cyborgs and androids. And oh my gosh. Have anyone not seen Terminator? Like, iRobot and shit? So that yellow's laying down. It definitely is a little bit on the lighter side, but this is how a lot of yellow pigments are, so I do expect it. I do want you guys to know, be proud. I applied to 10 jobs within the last week, and I haven't heard back from anybody yet. But Corey actually has an interview on Thursday for a company to be a web manager, so we'll see what happens there. But yes, I applied to 10 jobs. I'm holding off applying to serving just because I'm trying really, really hard not to go back if I can help it. We're going to go into the shade Mod right here. I'm trying really hard not to go back into serving. I will if I have to. Like, I'm not opposed to serving. I'm just trying not to get sucked back in the void that serving was and fall down that deep, dark hole that I used to be in because of serving. Like, I'm trying to avoid that for like my mental health sake. And so I'm trying to do what I can. I've applied, like I said, to 10 different jobs this past week. And you guys are so sweet. You guys have been so sweet saying you guys have been rewatching my content, you know, because you guys don't want me to get a job. But, you know, times are tough. I definitely think that, like, TikTok has played a huge part in, like, maybe, like, the downfall of the beauty community on YouTube. But maybe my content's boring. Or maybe you guys are tired of watching makeup content, you know. It's not the same right now, and it's okay. Like, it's, you know, people grow and evolve, and people don't always want to watch the same thing. I personally don't watch a lot of beauty content because I'm so heavily involved in the beauty community, and I do this every single day for a living. I don't watch beauty content. I watch gaming. I watch video game. I watch gaming on YouTube. That is what I watch. I watch Corey Kenshin. I watch Ninja. I watch, you know, Tim the Tatman. Claire Siobhan. Like, Little Simsy. Like, I watch all gaming content. And then if I'm not watching gaming content, then I'm watching stuff like Horror Short Party and like horror videos, like creepy horror videos, or I'm watching ASMR. Like, I generally never really watch YouTube beauty stuff on here. So like, I kind of don't blame anyone for like not really staying and watching the content. I really don't. Like, I completely understand. We're gonna go into the shade Outcast right here. But I will say I'm not giving up. Like, I'm not giving up on my dream. This is my dream to do this full time, and not just with beauty, but like I'd love to incorporate like, you know, more video games and like more book content, because that is also stuff that I'm really obsessed with and love, you know, sharing my real everyday life with you guys. So you guys seem to be really receptive of that, you know, luckily. But I just would like to showcase it more for you guys and, you know, keep evolving my content, because I don't want to just be stuck doing the same thing. Although that's kind of what I'm doing right now is beauty. But I love makeup so much. Makeup is such a passion for me. It's like it's an escape. And though I'm not a professional, I try my best. It's a huge escape for me to escape the realities of the world, because right now life is hard. Life is really hard, and I find comfort in just doing a full face of makeup, playing with different eyeshadow palettes, different, you know, foundations, and finding like what works best for me, because it just kind of like, it like helps my anxiety. It's like really like ultimately like what it does. It just helps to calm me down and just ground me, and it's just an escape. And I'm pretty sure like, you know, YouTube is an escape for you guys as well. So that's why I love doing what I do. I just, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm struggling. And you know, if people out there who say that it's easy, like this is definitely the easiest job I've ever had for sure. But like, it's also like the hardest, because I'm not making what I was serving at the moment, and it's a little scary because I, you know, gave that up to do this. So it's really, really scary. I think I could go back to my old serving job if I wanted to, but I won't, for multiple reasons, you know, and the biggest one being my mental health. There are just people there that just are detrimental to my mental health, and I've grown so much from being away from that place. And there are people there that I fucking love more than anything, and I miss like wholeheartedly, and I do miss certain aspects of that job. But it's also nice not to be doing that particular job. Like, it allowed me to live my life the way I wanted to for 11 years. I'll never take that away. But I also know what it does to my mental health too. So it's why like I haven't asked to go back there either. I'd probably go somewhere else, honestly, if I were to go back into serving, just so I can like be somewhere like new and fresh. So right now, this is how it's laid out right now. I think it's so beautiful. It's very light, very pastel-y. We're gonna kind of fuck it up just a bit, because we're gonna go in now with some dark shades. I don't know if this is gonna work. I truly don't. But I just imagine like futuristic people or like stuff in the future just being like really bold and out there and like not really caring how their makeup looks. That's how I'm taking it. So we're going to go for it. We're going to try. Like I said, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. That's okay. But like, I'm just going to assume that people in the future just went for it in terms of their makeup. Or they had it really easy and they had them like machine, like in The Fifth Element, where they just put it to their eyes and it just like, is my camera moving? Yep. Co is kicking the camera. But like, they have the machine, they put it in their eyes and it's like, doo-doo, and makeup goes on. Oh my God, that'd be so freaking easy. Could you guys imagine? That'd be so easy. Okay, so we're gonna go into the shade Neuromancy right here. We're gonna put that in the outer corner. And I hope you guys don't mind me talking to you guys about this. Like, you guys are my friends, and I don't like to like not tell you guys things, because you guys are my friends, and this is the conversations that I have with my friends, you know? So that's why I'm sharing this stuff with you. And I think it's just, that's why I'm sharing that, like, you know, my life with you and my struggles, because you guys have been here with me from the beginning, and you know, I just never want to hide anything from you guys. We're gonna lay this right here. Okay, so you guys can see like I'm trying to blend that purple out just a tad bit, and it is like getting like a little patchy. What does that say patchy? That's not the right term. It's just kind of blending itself away, because I'm trying to blend those two shades into each other, and it's just kind of wanting to just blend away when I'm trying to do that. So I'm just gonna go back in and tap in it one more time. I'm trying to go kind of light-handed though, because I'm trying not to make it too heavy, because I do want it to like blend in. Okay, so because I swatched these shimmer shades, I found them to be a little lackluster in the swatch. They weren't really creamy and buttery the way that I like my shimmers to be. So I'm actually gonna go in with some NYX Glitter Glue, and we're gonna put that on the lid, because we're gonna apply 2 of the shimmers today to hopefully, you know, bring out this eye look. So hopefully the glitter glue will help to just enhance those shimmers just a tad bit more than what my finger would do. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with that shade Cystopia right here, and we're gonna lay that right next to that purple shade. This beautiful like shimmer purpley shade. It's so pretty. I'm gonna start to lay that right there. Yeah, I definitely think that glitter glue is helping. now that that's laid down, I'm trying to blend these two together, but like I think now the matte is kind of sticking to that glitter glue. So it's making it like not the best, but it's not necessarily the shadow's fault. It's kind of more my fault, just a tad. So we're just gonna kind of tap that on. All right, then we're gonna go into that shade 3022 right here, and we're gonna start to put that in the inner corner. Like I said, I don't really know if this eye look is gonna kind of make sense, but these are the colors that kind of like stood out to me. I do notice that putting my finger in this, I'm not really getting much pickup on my finger, so that's why I laid that glitter glue down to try to bring out the color as best as possible. So we're just gonna kind of lay this right here. Okay, so here's the eye look. I am having trouble with this deep purple shade. It is not wanting to fully be on the lid. It keeps wanting to kind of blend itself out. It's getting kind of patchy. Not the biggest fan of that. And then I also noticed the shade 3022. It's just so lackluster. Even on top of the glitter glue, it's just kind of lackluster. Like, I don't get it because Cytopia is so pretty. Like, it really does stand out, so pretty. But those two shades I am having trouble with to make it kind of like really pretty. It's just not really wanting to work. And every time I put that Neuromancer shade right on top, try to fix it, it just ends up just not working. I have to like keep tapping on shadow to get it to like stay so it doesn't look too patchy. And then it kind of just blends itself away again. And then I'm having a hard time getting this shade to kind of stand out. So yeah, see, it's already doing it. So that's something that I definitely am not the biggest fan of. It's like that shade being kind of patchy right there. I don't really know what to do to fix it necessarily because it's just not really wanting to work with me. Maybe I can go a little bit into Cyborg right here. Maybe I can try to blend that in with that shade Cytopia. Let's see if this works. Yeah, guys, I don't know what to do to fix that. It is just not really wanting to work for me right now. It is just getting, just not working. That's kind of a disappointment. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye off camera. We're going to come back to do the under eyes together because I'm going to try to go in with those like deeper blues and stuff underneath. See if we can kind of pull this look together. So far, I'm not the biggest fan of this. I'm definitely going to try the other eye, maybe try using a different base. I use my P. Louise base, and I always use that base. I never really have any issues, and right now I'm definitely having some issues. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye, guys, and we're going to come back and do the under eye together, and then I'll give you guys my thoughts on the Cyberpunk palette. Hey guys, so now that the other eye is done and the face is on, we are going to finish off the under eyes together. So we're going to go into that shade Cyborg right here, and we're going to run that along our waterline. We're also going to place this shade Memo Drive like on top of it, and maybe add a little bit of Neon City to like blend that out. I'm trying to utilize pretty much every single shade in this palette that I can to get the most out of it. So I definitely had a little bit easier time doing this eye, but I have to say I'm still struggling just a tad. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Cyborg shade. We're going to run that, like I said, right along the waterline. I'm kind of going out there with the eye look because like I said, I figured people back in the day, like I'm in the future. I feel like people in the future would 100% wear very like unique eyeshadow looks. Like I guess maybe I'm so used to seeing like Star Wars and stuff and like how they did their makeup that is like how I'm kind of like assuming this is going to be done. I'm gonna drive on my brush from Bling Brushes. If you guys don't know, I do have a brush at Bling Brushes. It's a beautiful red set right here. It is in stock. You guys can use code Allie, which will save you guys 10% off your purchase. And yes, it is an affiliate code. All right, let me go ahead and line this right here. Trying to make that nice and sparkly. Definitely some fallout with that shimmer shade right there. I don't really know how well it's turning up. And then we're gonna go into the shade Neon City to like lightly like buff that out. Like I said, I'm trying to use every single shade. Maybe I'll use that other light pink shade too to go with it. So I'm just gonna take this. I'm just going to lightly place this right here and slowly buff that in. All right, and then we'll go into that shade Replicant. It's like really light pinky shade right here. And we're gonna use that as well to just add more of like a shimmer, to add more like blending to it. Just a tad bit at the very, very bottom. Okay, so now that the eyes are pretty much done, I'm going to throw on some mascara. I'm going to do some white liner. I'm also going to go in with my Jaclyn Cosmetics Balm Loose Highlighter to do the inner corner and brow bone highlight, do my lips. And then I'm going to come back and give you guys my final first impressions on the Game Beauty Cyberpunk palette. But so far, I really do kind of like how the under eye looks. It's kind of like unique. I'm trying to do something just a little different. All right, guys, and this is the final look. So, what are my thoughts on the new Game Beauty Cyberpunk palette? I'm disappointed. I am disappointed. And I really, really wanted to love this palette because you guys know how much I love Game Beauty. So I was really looking forward to this, but I'm just struggling. I'm struggling to get this palette to work. So first off, I do like the eye look that I created. I wanted to create something kind of like futuristic, something that's kind of like out there, kind of like a makeup look where you can just kind of throw all the colors together and be like, I don't give a flying fuck how I look, because of the fact that it's in the future and I'm sure everybody has these beautiful futuristic makeup looks. At least I hope they do. I mean, we don't know, honestly, but I just wanted to do something a little out there and play with all the colors in the palette. And I really do like how it came together at the end, but I definitely had some issues. So when you actually look at the packaging, I give the packaging a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. This is my favorite packaging in terms of the Game Beauty palettes. This is my favorite one. On the inside, you do have this really beautiful color story. I think this color story really does match the palette, matches the theme, and I think it really does scream futuristic to me. And like a neon city, I think it fits the vibes. But the formula itself, man, y'all, I am struggling. So first, I do want to give credit where credit's due. The shades Multipass, Mod, and Outcast worked beautifully. These are pastel shades. So pastel shades do not stain the lid very well without laying down some base first, like a color base or a white base to really bring out those pigments. However, I wanted it to be a light wash of color because I wanted to be not the focus of the eye look, but just in the background, just like to give it enough of like enhancement so you can kind of see it's there, but it's not the main focus. So I really did like the pastels for that reason, and I enjoyed them. The shade Neon City is a really beautiful pink. It is kind of bright, but then it worked really well with that shade Cyborg. I was really impressed with that, and so did this shade. This is just a great transition. This is just a great like blending shade, but we did have some issues. So the shade Neuromancy and like Cyborg, you guys can see it. Look right there. It's patchy. It doesn't want to stick to the lid, and that's really disappointing because I've never had issues with Game Beauty before. I've always used P. Louise base with them, and I never had any issues, but for some reason it is not wanting to stick to that lid at all, and the blue is completely disappeared. Same thing with this side. I laid the blue down actually before I put on the glitter glue, and look, it's like disappearing from the lid. I don't know what's going on there. It's not wanting to perform, so I find that really disappointing. And then I find the shimmers to be a little lackluster. Granted, the shade Cytopia, I think it's really beautiful. It laid down really nicely. It definitely has a pop, but I really think the only reason why it does is because of glitter glue. But 3022, it's so lackluster to me. It is just so lackluster. It's not performing the way that I wanted it to, that I expected it to, and it's just a light wash of color. And I don't know, I've never felt that way about any Game Beauty palettes before. I've never really had any issues with their shimmers, and I definitely had some trouble today. I've never had to use glitter glue before in their previous palettes, but this time I did. I don't know if it's just the color and whatnot. I don't know why I'm struggling, but I just really can't get it to perform the way that I wanted to. It's a pretty color, absolutely, but I just wanted more with it. I wanted more of a pop, like a duochrome shift where it really stands out on its own, and for some reason it just really doesn't. So while there are definitely some shades in here who do perform beautifully, there's also some shades in here that don't perform the way that I want them to. So while I do like the palette, I like the concept, the design, the packaging, the layout, I am definitely having some struggles with this palette, and it just is so unfortunate because I really wanted to love this palette, but unfortunately I don't love it, and I really wish I did. You guys know how much I love Game Beauty, but I am just struggling to make this palette work for me. I'm definitely keep playing with it because I want to keep trying. I want to make this work for me because the fact I do love the other 4 palettes in their line. I never had issues with those ones, but for some reason this one is just giving me trouble. It could be an off day, it could be me, it could be the palette, who knows, it could be a number of factors, but for some reason it's just not working for me today, and I really wanted it to. But I will say the look is pretty. I do like the eye look, so This palette is available right now in case you guys do want to pick it up. It does retail for $42. You guys can use code Allie to save you guys 10% off your purchase. They also have all the other 4 amazing palettes that I love. They also have eyeliners and they have highlighters as well in case you guys want to check those out. And I just want to say thank you, Game Beauty, so much for gifting this my way. I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to fall in love with it like I did with the other palettes. I'm definitely struggling in this one, and I'm gonna keep giving it a try though. I'm not gonna give up. That is it for today's video, guys. I really do hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe because I'll be posting every single day in the month of Vlog-O-Ween. I'm sure you guys will be annoyed by me by the end of the month. You guys are like, oh my god, this bitch is still posting. But yeah, make sure you guys subscribe because I'll be here every single day. I'll also be live streaming all month long. And if you guys did not know, I do have another channel. It's R for Life. If you guys want to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband Corey. I also want to give the biggest thank you to the beautiful Patreon members you guys here. You guys seriously are such lifesavers. I cannot stress that enough. Thank you guys so much. And to my subscribers and viewers, I just want to thank you guys for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe. Either way, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys being here. And yeah, I love you guys. I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye! Hey guys! Oh, that was so loud. Also, what's going on with my eyebrow? Like, what is that? Okay. Puts the lotion in the basket, makes the hole again. Okay. Hey guys! What's... No. Hey guys! What's... No. No. With... They also included 3 eyeliners with okay. And then we have like a dark marine, a dark like a shop at the mob, blaze the glitzy labyrinth, stop at the mob metropolis of the cyberpunk revealing the intimate, revealing the and then and yet rogue and yet reckless, or rogue reckless yet would never give up on hope for life, where they find beyond the still sky you oh my god, I hate reading on camera. Fuck. And have brown bone highlight, and then we're gonna come back brow bone highlight, and I give the packaging 10 out of